years has he gone through?
I need to know that.
So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean.
Several and 2 motors.
Oh.
My God.
That's a 493 cubic motor.
How you doing?
No, it's almost 2 years in November of
So I'm guessing the 307 that came with this is probably long gone.
No, not exactly. 454.
454.
Pretty good.
Air conditioning.
Got a solid lifter cam and 11.5 to 1 compression.
Okay. What was originally in here?
350.
350. Oh, okay. How long have you had the car?
21 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
Bought it from the original owner. It had 61,000 miles on it when I bought it. And all I did was I changed the motor.
Right.
Got a race motor put in it.
Right.
I had a shop in Fort Myers build me a nice race motor.
Okay.
I got a TCI race tranny in it. Automatic transmission. And other than that, the whole car has just never been touched.
Rear end still 10 bolt or 12 bolt?
10 bolt.
10 bolt.
Still 10 bolt, but it's got the new, it's got a Eaton posi chunk in it with aftermarket axles that are not tapered, they're stronger.
Right.
But it's still the original 10 bolt in there with 373 gears.
The nice thing is you didn't try to put the SS badging and stuff
No.
on it. You just left
Well,
it as...
well, I used to have a 396 in it a long
Right.
time ago, like 18 years ago, and
Right.
that's why I put that on there.
But you didn't do what everybody else did and put the grill and the little badges on the side and everything.
You know, this thing's never been restored. It's
That's us, by the way.
It's the original. I found the build sheet on top of the gas tank. I took
Okay.
the gas tank down
Right.
because the sending unit wasn't working.
And
When I
both-
dropped the gas tank, I found the build sheet for the car.
Oh, nice.
So
And
it was built in Van Nuys, California. It lists all the options the car has on it, and it was like it's never been restored or touched. So it's
it still has manual brakes
yeah.
and the AC work, or is it just there?
It did work, but it had a leak in one of the hoses like about 15 years ago, and they
Right.
would charge it. It would work for like a couple of weeks or something, and then
So what's the point?
it would lose. But you know, I'm racing it and stuff, so I don't really want to run around with my AC
Right.
belt on if I don't have to. But
Yeah.
it would be an easy fix to.
Plus, if you
to
race
make it
at the
work.
track,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Put water on the track and get black flagged anyway?
Yeah, but I could make it work with minimal effort if I wanted to.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
So, and evidently, it still has the original vinyl top on it.
Oh yeah.
So-
So
Which-
what I like about the car is like I'm not worried about it. You know,
Right.
people are like, "Don't touch my car." It's like, what do you?
Is this original paint or just original paint color? Probably.
It's original paint color, cranberry red, but it can't. I don't know. It's 60. What is it? 52 years old.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't
Well,
know.
my first one's on the end of all my videos. I had a gold one, so that was my first car.
Everything about it matches the build sheet and everything. So, you know, and it was a one-owner car when I got it. It had 61,000 miles on it 21 years ago.
So, and I mean, if you wanted to, because of the options it has, it would be worth restoring if somebody wanted to. But, and now you can get every part, including a new roof, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and like I thought, if I restore the car, I'm not going to want to do what I do with it, man. I go
Right.
out and I burn rubber. I have fun. I go out to the track and mad dog it and stuff.
Right.
It's like I'm not going to want to drive it like that if I get it restored.
Are those are original period wheels, right? Those
Well,
center caps.
They're correct. Oh,
That's
no,
like-
that's correct for 67.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They're period, like
Yeah.
late 60s, early 70s center caps.
Uh-huh.
They're not the repos. I don't think. Well, pretty cool car. Sounded good coming in.
I bought it for $5,500 in 2001.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
I mean, so I've had 21 years of fun out of it, and it's
And
like,
more.
and I think I added up everything I've ever spent on this car, and I think it's about 16,000.
And you couldn't
that
get
I
this
have
car right as is right now for 16
Yeah, I
grand.
have about 16 grand in this car.
Yeah, and you couldn't buy it even with the issues with the rust. You still couldn't probably buy this thing as is for that.
And this trunk doesn't have any rust in it. The trunk is absolutely perfect. Look up in there. There's no rust in this whole trunk anywhere. Look.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, and that's weird because normally
Yeah.
the quarters on these things got rusted
So
all the time.
my buddy that's a body shop guy said there's a channel that the water runs off of.
Right.
And he says that's probably what saved the trunk, because this whole trunk has no rust anywhere on the inside of it, which is kind of odd. I would have thought it would have been a totally rusted out trunk,
Right.
and it's not. It's like really good.
And I mean, basically all you have to do is this area here.
And you can buy this. You can buy this replacement panel
Right.
here that you can weld in there, and because that's where the rust stops. Because you notice how there's none on the trunk lid.
Yeah.
Zero on the trunk lid.
Was it stored outside or?
I don't know. From 21 years ago, it's been stored inside in my air-conditioned garage.
So there you go.
I keep
Probably
it
just
dry,
saved
and
it.
that's probably what's been keeping the rust down.
Yeah.
You know? But anyways, that's kind of the fun piece to.
Oh, it's a cool driver.
It's 550 horse, and I can roast the tires all I want, so it makes it fun to have. It's got the factory tinted windows, and
Well, it's a neat car. I like.
it drives straight. It's very comfortable.
And it looks sweet. You know, it's a five footer from 5 feet away. You don't really see anything. and you got the perfect gear. If you're gonna get a
You
gear.
forget about the looks as soon as you crank it up,
Right.
and you stab your foot in the gas pedal, then you forget all about how it looks.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, cool, man.
Anyways, I'm having fun with it.
And what's your first name?
John.
John. Hey, John. I'm Sean.
Sean.
So yeah.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
So, oh, very cool.
Yeah. 21
I was
years.
hoping a couple cool cars would show up tonight so we could put them up on the YouTube channel.
She was going to bring her car, and it's supposed to rain, so she's got a 60 Impala.
Oh, all right.
We usually bring both, and we weren't going to bring either one. And I said, screw it, let's jump in mine.
I don't
Mine
think
can take rain better than yours.
I think it's gonna rain. It's weird.
It's supposed to, in about an hour, it's supposed to be raining like hell.
Oh, really?
According to the weather forecast.
Okay.
Whatever. This is
Well-
a tough old horse here. It can handle it.
It's had rain on it before.
How's the picture turn?
So nice, those. Very cool. Look at that.
This turned over 100,000 miles.
102.99.
102, yeah.
And my truck has 129 on it, and I've almost put 100,000 on it in the last 6 months. So this thing, since it,
So I've put 40,000 on it in 21 years.
wow, very cool
A lot
car.
of track passes.
Where do you go down, Immokalee? Pretty sweet car, guys. Look at that. And it just stays original because you don't have to worry about
I don't change anything.
changing anything unless it breaks, right? Just like maintenance, light bulbs, that kind of stuff, brake shoes, whatever. But
But I put
Pretty
the
cool.
aluminum water pump on there, the Edelbrock water pump on there. I got the aluminum radiator. Lowered my temperature about 20 degrees.
well, probably. Well, you had to anyway if you're putting from a small block to a big block.
Well, I had a 4-core in there.
Okay.
I had bought a 4-core original brand new one,
Right.
and I was chasing my overheating problem, and everything I tried didn't work. I tried changing the thermostat to different sizes. I tried removing it completely. I tried the block off plate with different size holes.
Right.
A new clutch fan. Tried everything, and I couldn't get the temperature down. I got this aluminum radiator, which is the same style as factory. It looks like a factory one
Right.
from MPD.
Okay.
It's a 2-row and not a 4-row. It's 2 big rows. I put that thing in there, drop my temperature over 20 degrees.
Nice.
And I couldn't change my temperature 2 degrees with all the other stuff I did. That radiator right there did it, and that was like 15 years ago.
And you have one of those, the performance, so you took out, you just have an electronic ignition unit in there?
Yeah, that's the race model of the DUI, Davis Performance, or Davis Unified Ignition, that's why it's DUI. But it'll, you can open up your plug gaps to 55, and it'll fire 55 to 8,500 RPMs.
Oh, okay.
And so, of course, it came with a points style originally.
Right.
But when I got the car, the small block that was in it, the original had a HEI in it.
Right. So
you know, that's an easy swap. You know, that's an easy upgrade. But boy, that distributor right there really woke it up nice.
So sweet.
And it's got no vacuum advance.
Oh, okay.
So run at 39 degrees advance total.
Well, it's definitely sweet. I like the old school stuff. Kind of makes me feel at home.
Yeah, and it's so easy to drive. I mean, you could throw the keys to your mother and she could hop in the car and drive it to Fort Myers, wouldn't have to do anything.
And the other thing is,
like a regular car.
if you take it to the track, you could drive this home with 7 cylinders working, it'll get you home. Unlike
That's what I do.
this one, where as soon as the ashtrays are full, it'll come up with a check engine light and go into crawl mode. No offense, guys. You know I love Mopars, and I just was up in Carlisle, but come on.
I've been to the track so many times. So I tried to figure out how many passes I've done. So I go to the track at Immokalee around, I would say 6 or 7 times a year.
Right.
And every time I go, I run like 6 or 7 times. So that's around 50 times a year, you know.
Right.
50, 60 times a year, and times 20 years. So how many runs is that? 50 times
1,000 runs.
50, yeah.
And is that on these tires, or do you throw on
No,
slicks?
These aren't very old. No, I'd never put slicks on it.
Okay.
I'll find the weak link, you know.
So you just drive it there, race it, and drive it back.
there, race it, drive it home.
Okay.
And so the rear tires being able to spin is the relief valve.
Okay.
You know, if something can't give, you're going to find the weak link somewhere, drive shaft or, you know, pinion or whatever. So I don't leave the line floored. I've got to ease it out before I can floor it. I got to go about like from here to your truck.
Right.
And then I can put it in the floor and it won't spin. But if I go a hair early, it'll just go right up in smoke, and I've got to get out of it, and then you've got a busted run.
Right.
You know? It's like you're wasting your time if you keep going. So, but yeah, I've learned how to, you know, get it just right and get the maximum.
They look at the list.
Well, you've had it long enough.
Yeah. a lot of passes, but it's a very easy car to drive, and a lot of those guys out there, I'll see some of those guys that have slicks and stuff and trailer them out there, and they can't believe
You're just driving there and driving
hanging
home.
with them or out running them, and I got column shift automatic with no tack.
Right.
You know, they come and look in the car and like, what the?
Just put it in drive.
It's very easy to drive. It's like let go of the wheel, it goes straight down the road. It's like, so I'm having fun with it.
Oh, cool.
For cheap amount of money.
Right.
Cheap outlay, around 16 grand I got in it, what you're looking at. And it's like, that's some cheap, you know.
Well, awesome, dude. Thanks
cheap, it's a cheap toy.
Yeah, thanks so much for talking to us about it. So, very cool. And you can't beat the stance of a Chevelle. Check that car out, guys. That is, you know. Yeah, I just saw that. So you guys, you know 70 Chevelles are my babies, are my favorites. And never featured this one. So, and the cool thing is, it's just a Malibu. It's not trying to be anything it isn't, other than under the hood. You know, he did what we would do back in the 80s and 70s, is you just take a stock car, put in the biggest engine you can, and run it. So pretty cool. All right, so if you like this kind of thing, and I know you guys do, or at least I do, we're just gonna go ahead and put up a couple cars like this by themselves, and the hurricane's coming. Hurricane's 2 days away, but some rain's coming. So just wanted to talk about this. If you want to see the Oldsmobile next to it, we just put that up right before we put this one up. So just wanted to kind of do a little bit of specific car videos here. And thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe. We're looking for our 16,000 subscriber, so please hit subscribe if you haven't done it, but if you like these videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.
Where it says merchandise store right here, merchandise store link, you will see it says https:/junkyards-barn-finds, and you click on that and it's going to take you here.